Good morning, YouTube. All right, this is recording attempt number 2. This is going to be a longer video. I've been inspired to buy the mobile version. Any tips on ranking up past gold? I have so many tips on this game. All right, I'm starting to see more intense battles, and I'm not winning games, or winning 10 games anymore. That is because Backpack Battles is a stupidly difficult and complicated game, even though it seems like it would be super simple. Nice video, as always. Must ask though, maybe you have some tips for playing Adventurer. Adventurer is a pain. Adventurer and Mage are both a pain. But I'm gonna give general tips. And today, I have a guide. No, I'm not really gonna do like a full guide. Today, all I wanna talk about is one thing. And that is weapons and damage. I mean, it's going to be a bunch of things, though, because even just weapons and damage is very complicated. All right, so what are we looking at today? We are going into the items page. I will play a game, too, and I'll try and point things out when I'm playing the game. All right, there's way too much information here. There's way too many things. We're going to look at just commons. And is there a way for me to say just weapons? Probably. Hey, look at that. That's almost all of the weapons in the game. I think I can just search for the tag. If I could spell weapon. No, it affects too many things. But the only common weapons in the game are this, and this. So there are 5 of them. And the one that we're going to look at right now is wooden sword. The numbers we're looking for wooden sword are these damage numbers, and more importantly, the damage per second. We're looking at stamina. Stamina is very important. Accuracy, less important, but still important. And then the cooldown, but that's built into both of these two numbers. The per second already accounts for that. So it's these 3, but these 3 end up being a lot. So if we're coming into here, bam. Now, if I zoom in, this on a second monitor, we're looking at wooden sword. Wooden sword is this column, this row right here. So 1 to 3 damage. If we go back, bam, 1 to 3 damage, which is a 1.4 second cooldown. It does 1.4 damage per second. We can calculate that. We are calculating that from these 2 and the cooldown. This is damage per second with accuracy. So here we're multiplying it by the weapon's accuracy is 0.9. So this is the column that I care about unless I have luck or some other way to increase accuracy. This is like going into way too much detail, but it's kind of important, kind of not. I don't know. I don't know what's important. So the thing that we care about is this column. This one, how do I highlight you? This one right here. And then another one that we care about is stamina. How much stamina it uses. So Pan uses a lot of stamina per swing. Wooden sword is like right in the middle. 1 stamina per swing. So we care about the amount of damage you can do per unit of stamina. I didn't do that one with accuracy. We could, but it's not that important. Accuracy is more important early game than it is late game. Late game, you have a good chance by round 18 that you could have introduced some form of luck. So, the other one that I care about for these columns, we don't need to sort by that. The other column that I care about, I just want to select one, let go, is this one. Damage per unit of stamina that you have. And then stamina per second. So your base stamina regen is 1 stamina per second. So you can sustain a pan forever. Unless you speed up the pan, or unless you had 2 items. If you have 2 weapons, then this is more than 1 stamina per second. Stamina is kind of complicated, but in general, you kind of want to, like, hammer. Hammer is going to cause you problems with stamina. There are solutions, but It's a tricky item to use well because of that. Accuracy. We've already gone over accuracy a little bit, but not too much. I should have planned out what I want to say. Here, let's get rid of this. So, I want to compare. Let's go Control 0. I want to compare one of my favorite items, rapier, to wooden sword. If we look at the two of them, zooming in a bit, the main thing to note, they have the same cooldown, the damage per second. Damage per second with accuracy is weird because none of this accounts for like this weapon's special abilities, and rapier generates luck, which kind of solves the accuracy problem. And it increases its damage. We're not even factoring in any of that stuff yet. But just the damage per second on this item is 9.3. Damage per stamina is 16.3. This thing, we have 5 stamina right at the start of the battle. If you do 5 times 16, that's 80 damage. Bam. That's a lot of damage. So standout items, in my mind, we can do Control Z to put that back. Standout items are, these are the ones that you're going to see in the first shop. Except for short bow, that's a ranger item. We can zoom in a couple times. Standout items. This one, and this one. These 3. Wooden sword, broom, and pan. Just because they're going to show up. Dagger. Dagger is weird. Dagger is really good with hammer. Without it, it's good if you're going to craft it. It's a weird item. In general, I wouldn't be looking at it too much. So these are ones that I would look at. Green. Hammer. I would look at hammer. But hammer is tricky. Spear. Spear is like gold star. If you can find spear early, this one, this damage per second, it doesn't seem that high, but 3.7 is very high for the early and mid game. Magic staff. It requires an epic, but if you see it, purple. Thorn whip. This item is expensive, but it's pretty decent. Definitely green. What else? Hero sword does not do damage, but it works with others, so it's a green. So green just means, like, I would go for these. Purple means I would prioritize them. Hungry blade. Hungry blade is really crappy, unless you enhance it. If you enhance it, it becomes good. Poison dagger. If I got this early, it's actually like a real weapon. So if we look at the damage per second, 2.7. If we look at regular dagger, 1.0, which is really bad. Alright, quick pause. I don't know how to make this kind of video. I feel like I'm just talking nonstop, which I am, which is kind of the goal, but I don't know. So, things to note. These 4 legendary weapons are all just basically really good. If you can see any of these early, they're amazing. So I would go for any of those as a priority. This is only for like the early and the mid game though. Late game, these can carry you, but really these are a transition. You're hoping to get something really good, and these carry you until you find the something good. Especially, I haven't even mentioned sales. If you can get anything on sale in this game, it's amazing. So any of these greens, any of these purples, see them on sale. Really, you buy anything on sale, but especially these ones. So this poison spear, this damage number, that's actually insane. You're a longsword, pretty good, and it's a useful item. Ripsaw, pretty good, decent. Short bow. Mainly, this one is just really small, and it doesn't use that much stamina. It does really good damage per unit of stamina. It's just a good weapon. Ruby whelp. I like this item. It's very hard to actually justify it, but I like it. Bloodthorn, really good, but you have to build around Bloodthorn. Lightsaber. If you don't have anything else, you can just buy a lightsaber. Rapier. Rapier is really good. I love rapier. Prismatic sword. Off the charts. Super expensive. 17 gold. But really good item. Alright. So all of these, are they all purples? You would be purple. You would be green. You would be purple. So the weird thing for these purples, though, is you could actually end the game with these. So this one, like this would be better than purple. I don't know what to put that as. I'm just picking random colors. But this would be, okay, that's too hard to see. This would be teal. Like you can end the game with that. This, teal. Rapier is like almost teal. It's right on the border. Bloodthorn. You can actually build around Bloodthorn. So these ones are like solutions to the video game. Hammer could actually be a solution to the video game. Alright, so all of that said, that's way too much. Bam, we're back over here. Way too much trying to look at a spreadsheet and not absorbing the information well. The main thing is to look at this 9.3. That 9.3 is insanely good, and the stamina cost, that stamina cost is very low. And try and pay attention to this for a lot of items. So like this dragon, that damage number is very high. Stamina is 0, off the charts. This one, it's like middle of the road damage. Stamina pretty high, 1 stamina per second. That's all the stamina that we make. So this one wants to be like all by itself. This one is super tricky. I would not recommend trying to use it. It's like the strongest weapon in the game, but really difficult to use it well. Alright, all of that said. So what is the goal? The goal in backpack battles is to do enough damage that the enemy's health goes to 0 before they do that to you. Ooh, I should have added this to the list. This one's actually insanely good. Lots of damage. Almost no stamina. Off the charts accuracy. The only problem is it requires a godly to make it. And it requires a godly and a rare, so it's kind of hard to find both. Alright. Okay. We're gonna start a game. And I'm just doing random. I could go talk about adventure. I really don't like adventure. The answer with adventure for me is play with this bag instead of this one. But this requires you to have so much knowledge of the game, because this gives random items. And there are so many random items. Let's get rid of this. Wait, why is it? Oh, how do I just reset? Reset. There are 439 items. So you have to know how to make use of a bunch of random junk. But it's so strong. It's one of my favorites. But I hate the character, aside from the fact that you can just do RNG. Alright. Random. New ranked game. So, we just learned a lot of stuff. What did we learn? We learned that this is amazing. Why? Oops, I accidentally paused. We're gonna go back. Over here. Okay, could I undo everything that I did? Probably. Let's resize this. Zoom up. Okay. That undid everything that I just did. So the reason that this start, go back over here, is interesting is we already have this poison potion. That poison potion can make poison dagger, which is on our list. It can make poison spear, which was high on the list. Poison spear. That's it. I mean, it can also make poison staff, but nobody cares about that. What we care about are these two. Poison dagger. Oh no, and it can also make belladonnas. But we're not a ranger. Belladonnas. Bella's short bow. This one. If we were a ranger. Poison spear. could carry me all the way through like round 8. So it requires me to see a spear. Spear is a rare. We have to go back over here. The problem is, we only have a 10% chance to see rares. Yeah, I feel like I didn't even start at the basics, but whatever. Damage is pretty basic. It's pretty important. So, this broom would be so good if it was on sale. God, I want to see a spear. You always buy on sale because you can always just buy it and sell it right back. You always buy 1 gold items because you can always just buy them and sell them right back. And there are so many things in the game, as I've mentioned, that you might not even think about, like, oh, there's a synergy with this. And there are. So just buy it. Roll. Alright, we have options. Looking at our chart, if we look, I keep coming back to this. If we look at wooden sword and broom, bam, stamina cost, 0.71, 0.71. We have a 5 stamina buffer and we earn 1 stamina per second we generate. So we can pretty much sustain these two for a long time. And if we look over in the craftable column, both of these craft into different things. Notably, where is the hero sword? Hero sword. Hero sword is a purple, but it's not all that good. The damage per second isn't great. The magic staff. The magic staff is actually pretty high up on the list. Alright, so both of these are interesting. They do cost 7 gold. With 7 gold, and with the magic staff, it is kind of worth noting that this would work. It wouldn't be a priority, but it would work. Alright, so this gets me the 3 gold for the second weapon. Right now, we have 25 health. We're trying to do 25 damage to the opponent. Oh, I have to think about this a little bit. So the things to think about. I'm always getting rid of this unless I was going to make the spike shield, which I'm not. Thing to think about is actually this regen. The regen heals you, but also it works really well with Hungry Blade and with Bloodthorn. So that would be a late game solution. I could just ditch the poison potion and say that I'm not trying to do the spear. The reason I would ditch the poison potion is 1, spear is a rare, so it's going to take me a little bit to see it. 2, I'm already going to have 1 crafted item and a broom. But I would just sell the broom and get the spear. I think I would ditch the regen. So this one changes up my damage formula for like... It just adds 1 damage to both of these items, but that 1 damage is significant. If we go back to here, because that's what we do, we always come back to here. Zoom in. Wooden sword. So now, instead of doing... We can do... Bam. Insert row below. Bam. Insert row below. Wooden sword. Wait. This one. I'm an expert at this. Totally. So now it does 2 to 4, and this one does 3 to 5. Their damage numbers just went from 1.4 damage per second to 2.1, but really effectively. So it almost, not quite doubled it, but it went up by like a significant amount. And that was both of them went up. So my total DPS with accuracy went from 3 to 4.1, which we're trying to do. Bam. Where did my mouse go? We're trying to do 25 damage. So this is very significant. This does 4 damage. Again, we're just trying to do 25. And it heals. This one would get rid of the 1 poison from this, and there's a chance that they do their own debuffs. The chance that they have buffs on turn 1, they might have like heat. They could have something. We'll see. They do not have buffs, but they do give debuffs. And we could factor in, so I was just looking at raw damage and raw stamina, and oh, I should look at the damage chart. We can also factor in that on hit, this one has a 33% chance to blind, and opponent misses attack, gain +2 damage for the next attack. So there are things to consider. Because this is on sale, I buy it. Because we have the poison potion, it's actually amazing. So, yeah. That was one of the first turn decisions was, do we sell the poison potion, or do we keep it in case I find either the dagger or the spear? Another thing would be like wooden sword. Could work with this. Could work with it can work with a lot of things. We can make a torch. We can light the torch. We can do all of them. Could make a shovel. Why? All that a shovel does... Wrong button. All that the shovel does is... Where are you, shovel? Drink my stamina. Stamina! Where is all of its stuff? Stamina is 1.7 per... Oh, I'm trying to click the wrong thing. That's what's going on. My bad. There are like multiple things on my screen. All right. So, stamina, 1.7. Stamina per second. 0.71. Interesting. I didn't actually realize that the stamina for that is the same as for a broom. That's weird. Huh. Okay, wait, maybe that changes my opinion on shovel. That is very strange. The main thing is, it's an 8 gold item, and it's not that good, but it's an economy item. I'm kind of reevaluating shovel. I've always liked shovel, it's just, I don't think I can do it. It's weird because this one is low stamina. This one is no stamina. This might actually be a good shovel play. Oh, it's so stupid. So the reason I want it, one, I have the money right now. 2, it's here, it's in the shop. It would drink so much stamina. I guess it's just this combined turn that's really bad. 0.9 stamina per second, 0.7 and 0.5. Like just these two would be good. That's 1.2. But adding in another, this brings it up to 2.1. And I don't have a food to enhance the pan. I'm gonna do it, but that's very questionable. 2.1 stamina per second. What about pig? Pig is interesting. Oh, and I want to put this flame in the flame bag. That's actually important. All right, let's do that. Oh, but I want to touch this to the sword. All right, let's do all of the things. Right, the pan needs to touch the sword. All right, this is easy. Okay. There are a lot of... I don't know how you guys play this on mobile. Because look at all the things there are to think about. So I need all 3 of these touching the sword. I need this in this bag. I need this crafting. I need this crafting. Could buy the pig. I could just light a coal right now. The reason to light the coal is it's space efficient. I can do that. Ideally, the coal would go in this sword because it's quick and it uses very little stamina. But it's hard to get the flame to line up the way that I want. So instead, I'm going to put that there. Put this here. Okay. There are so many little things. At gold, you don't really have to worry about getting everything to touch like perfectly. But if you get to diamond and master, you do pretty much have to be optimal. Or at least close to it. So even like that 2 gold, that means that I'm wasting potential. Rock hopper. Because I could have 2 more gold worth of value, which could put me over the edge to kill them. Luckily, I am killing them. How is my stamina? Did I honk? Okay. So this chart, this would be the best way. You scroll to the bottom to see, like, this is the end all for what we're looking at today. This is what we care about, is how much damage per second did we do. That's it. If we did more damage per second than the enemy, then we'll usually win. Not always, there are always exceptions, but if you could look at just one number, that would be it. And where did my damage come from? Chipped ruby. It did a little bit. Does it tell me the percentage of my total damage? It did 10% of my damage for 1 space and 1 gold, with no downside, and it gave me 6 heal. So really, chipped ruby did like 10 damage. It did 4 to them, and then it negated 4 for me. If we go to heal, bam. So chipped ruby is kind of off the charts. It was better, in my mind, than hero sword, than pan, than dagger. But I mean, broom did better. Cool. The game is so complicated. It seems like such a simple game. Like, these decisions, there is so much to these decisions. Okay. There are 2 that I would consider right here. They are uniquely unique, which is amazing, and ever burning, which is decent, but it puts me down one path of going burning swords and burning blades, and I don't really want to go down that path. I don't like locking myself into it. So, we keep going back to this. The thing to note now is if I go uniquely unique, we want a single weapon, and we want one that uses very little stamina, because I can speed it up so that the cooldown basically gets cut in half. And if the cooldown, we could add another row and then do the multiplied by like modified cooldown. But if I'm speeding something up a ton, then stamina becomes very important. So items that are good. Poison dagger. Hey, we have a poison dagger. Other things that would be good. We want high damage per unit of stamina. Except I don't have that for the ones that cost 0 stamina. But they're off the charts. They are good. Spear. Spear would be good to speed up. Claws of attack. Claws of attack are good to speed up. But they're low damage. They just are also very low stamina. We are looking for poison spear would have been amazing. Bella's shortbow would be great. Ripsaw, hero longsword, ruby whelp would be great. Bloodthorn, it's questionable, it uses a lot of stamina. Lightsaber, could do lightsaber. Darksaber, rapier. Rapier is off the charts. Prismatic, off the charts. So those are the things that we're keeping in mind when I'm making this decision. And uniquely unique is just really good. Uniques are pretty strong. But more important, it's just a huge speed up to a single weapon, and we care about our single weapon. Which weapon is tricky? But it's not that tricky, because again, we have our sheet. We can compare poison dagger up here to where's shovel? To shovel. And we can just see, look, they both do the same damage per second, 2.7, but the stamina cost, one of these uses 0, one of them uses 0.71. So if I sped this up a bunch, and it just doesn't do much, it blinds, but this one poisons. And we can also look at, where was the other? Hero sword. Hero sword. So we have shovel, poison dagger, hero sword. Between the 3 of these, the highest damage per second and the best stamina per second is the poison dagger, no question. Hero sword is here, it's trying. And the one that benefits the most, like the weakness of poison dagger, is the bad cooldown. So the thing that we're solving with uniquely unique is we're speeding it up. Put things back. Okay, cool. Come back over here. And this solves that accuracy problem that I mentioned. It also gives the ability to crit, which doubles damage, which is amazing. So this is an item that I really want. This is amazing. Because again, it solves the speed up problem. There are too many things in the video game. Okay. We do not want to speed up this one because it doesn't do good damage per unit of stamina. We do want... I want this flame. I want this. It's also unique, so I have to think about the positioning. Positioning, it needs to light up this, and it needs to hit my weapons. Shovel could go. Could. So even being sped up, I don't know if this one would be quicker than this now. I'm not sure. Stamina use is medium, but we're not speeding up either of these, so medium isn't that bad. Really, if I'm tryharding, this should go right here. But that's a pain. Chili is a good food. Stone doesn't really do anything. I mean, it does 3 to 5 damage if it hits, but the accuracy is really low. And it's a one-time throw. But we only have to do 45 damage, so this actually could matter. And we have the red. Alright, I feel good about this. I expect this wins like 80% of the time on round 3. Spear is strong. Spear is stupidly strong. Problem for them is I'm pretty strong. I'm way stronger. This was one of my like off the charts early game items. But it's really weak against blind. And it's just not that good by itself. They did 3.3 damage per second. Unhealing did 7 of it. The spear itself only did 2.2 damage per second. Not very good. Especially when we look at our chart that we're going to keep looking at throughout the entire video. They should be doing 3.7 damage per second. Even with accuracy, they should be doing 3.1. But they're getting screwed up in some way. Yeah. Probably the blind. If we come back, yeah, they have 2 blind on them. So they're very inaccurate. And my numbers, I've got luck. So I'm more accurate than usual. Cool. So my shovel damage was actually very high. Weird. Okay. Cool. This is interesting. Your starting class items are no longer offered in the shop. Even when this item is in storage, it generates 1 gold, so it takes 5 turns to pay for itself. There's also a short bow, which doesn't interest me too much, but it's here. And there's gloves. Gloves are interesting. Gloves basically do what Uniquely Unique does, but they do it worse. And they take up twice as much space. Trying to think what I want to do here. I've already got really good stuff. I mostly just want to roll. Stone Badge just doesn't do much for me. So the nice thing it does is it gets rid of chilies, but it also gets rid of Draconic Orb. And Draconic Orb gives guaranteed crits. Crits are really nice. They're not as good when you have 3 weapons as if you have 1 weapon. I'm just going to say no to this. And do we have to take anything out? I could take this out because the color that I want to see, crit color, is an epic, and the chances of seeing it are kind of low. Chances I see a bow, or... oh, but we could see a clover. Clover would be good. Blueberry. Blueberry on sale is weird. So I don't actually want either of these, but because they're on sale, we can always just buy them and sell them back. Could have done double shovel. Okay, now what? Now everything starts becoming more and more of a pain. I don't really want to speed up the shovel, but I do have stamina for it. I do want it to go touch this sword. Uniquely Unique. Uniquely Unique is gonna be a pain. I have to decide, what am I doing? Ooh, we could put this over here for plus 5 HP. 5 HP is very significant. We only have 55 max HP, so this like doubles my HP, which is wild. Things I'm looking for. Looking for ways to get stronger. This needs to go right there. I mean, I'm not really looking for these foods. They are slightly better because of these. I have to start to think about, so with the blueberry, you have to think about your class item. Can I uncheck all of these? Oh, right, I can just right-click this. Class item for pyro. So the class items available, I lean heavily towards friendly fire. Friendly fire, if you can just feed it mana, a really good item. It just does good things, like luck is good. Regen, it's not the best, but it gives you heat. Heat is amazing. Another one that's really good, I don't like Lantern much. If you're doing Burning Blade, this one's great. Removes buffs from the opponent, and it gives you regen. I could do Hungry Blade. This one. Getting crits is nice, but this wants you to really build like ice and armor. Dragons. If you go dragons, then you're like all in on dragons. I don't like going dragons. In my mind, friendly fire is just the most flexible. You can do whatever you want with friendly fire, except you have to be careful about drinking the mana. Like, friendly fire wants mana and staffs want mana, so it's hard to do staff plus friendly fire. Anything else, you can kind of do it. Rapier works with friendly fire. So the reason I'm thinking about that is if you're doing friendly fire, you want this blueberry. If you're not, it doesn't really matter. God, I like this red way more in the bag. Oh well. Okay. And we do want to see ranger items. Bag on sale. Always buy bags on sale. So the sand is actually kind of decent because I already have one sand, and this has a 40% chance to inflict blind. This crafts into a lot of items. If we hit Alt-Alt, we can see all the things it crafts into. So, like, it's at least worth keeping this one in mind. In particular, if you're speeding something up too much, Gloves of Power are pretty amazing for lowering your stamina cost and giving a ton of utility. They're really expensive, but they're really good. This one, really expensive. For late game, Stone Helm is amazing. Stone Belt boots are decent. This one is tricky. This one is tricky. Overall, like an interesting item. This, if I was thinking about doing the ice route, this is actually important if we saw it on sale. And it's just good at screwing up opponents. So like Frozen Buckler is decent, and it becomes amazing if you go the ice route. Cool. Sand. I only take sand here if I'm thinking about either lightsaber or darksaber, whatever. Lightsaber, darksaber, same kind of thing. Or if I feel like I'm in trouble. And I'm kind of in trouble. I'm really not, though. I'm pretty strong for this point. The question is, am I in trouble like 3 rounds from now? Because I'm going to take it. It only costs me 1 gold to buy it and then sell it back. Start the battle. So like this one, I won this easily. They do have potions, which can heal for a lot, but we're going to kill fairly quick. And they don't do anything. The main thing is they don't do anything. Also, just looking at the max HP difference. Max HP difference is massive. So they might have done similar damage. No, they didn't. 11.5 against 4.6. They just did a lot of healing. They healed 47, which is very significant. I would basically, as a new player, or like while you're learning the game, I would consider healing 2B damage, as long as it isn't wasted healing. So like if you're already at full health and you heal, then it doesn't count as anything. But, so like this ruby, when it's in the bag, which I should have put it back in the bag, I consider it to do 10 damage, which is massive crap. There are options. Oh, things to think about here. 1, we already have a stone, so this is another stone. If you get a bag of stones, you can throw them multiple times. This stone can give me crits. It is very expensive, 8 gold. This is a late game solution. Unless I find rapier, this is one of the best items I can find right now. The combination turn, when you have a hungry blade and a whip, is going to be rough. I don't have any regen for it. It's not on sale. Spear is kind of a dead end. So mostly at this point, round 5, I would stop looking at spear. Unless, I mean, it's better than shovel. That's the way to look at all of these, really. Is this better than shovel? So, I'm not actually planning on using it. I'm just buying it because now I can start building up regen. We can light this on fire. I'm going to go move. I don't actually need to put the blueberry in. It doesn't do anything for me. All it does is speed up this garlic. Anything else that I would consider? I do want this bag. I value space so much, because I can make use of a lot of items. But to make use of them, you need them to be able to be on the board. You need space. This one is tricky. It's good, it's just really expensive. It's a weird item. I'm gonna say no to it. I already have a way to get crits. That is a stupid amount of damage and a really slow heal, but it's a big heal. If this goes off, I think I lost. I might lose anyways. That's just a lot of damage. And they don't use much stamina. It's a really close fight. They're gonna beat me. Yeah, 2 HP. This plus 4 items that use 0 stamina. This one was pretty strong on my chart of things. Bam. Coming back over here. That was this hero sword. So it's like control 0. Z, 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 Z. Get rid of all the things. All right. That sword, hero sword, is in the middle as far as damage per second, but the big thing is it enhances other weapons to do more damage. So on its own, it's not all that great. It's okay. Or no, that's hero sword. We're looking at hero longsword. Right. This is why they beat me. Not only is this item just strong on its own, but it also enhances the other 4. That was a really strong opponent for that point in the game. Logbook. So their damage per second is going to be higher than mine, 13.4 against 11. Sometimes you just run into people who are way stronger. Claws of attack is like decent. This is amazing. Cool. God, this stupid stone badge. The good news, we just saw this is really good because regen for this. Another thing just popped up. This armor on sale is insanely good. We have 85 total health. This gives 65 health. And it gives regen, and this wants regen. And it's holy, and this is holy. And if we make it into holy fire armor, it turns flame items into holy items, but then it stops giving regen. So that would be a weird one. Kind of good, but also kind of weird. Always buying this. I think it's time for shovel to go. Because I just found 4 regen. And with 4 regen, this item becomes decent. It might be my main weapon now. It is. There's no might. It just is. Which means I have to rearrange things. So this will give me... I need more holy items. Alright, Things to think about. We want to send this full speed. That one. Poison Dagger is still really good and really good to speed up. Okay. Positioning is going to become fun. So this, we go like that. Star moves up. Next up, this armor. This armor is going to be a pain. It's just very large. This one. Oh, things to think about. Am I keeping this sword? Almost certainly not. What am I doing with the blueberry? Very little. I could just get rid of this sword. So right now, there's a lot of value in rolling. If I found one of these, it would be insanely good. If I found one of these, it would be very good. If I found a flame, it would be good. If I found something to replace this, it would be good. What else would be good? Lots of things. Bag space. The only one I need to keep the blueberry. I think we roll here. That one is really good. That one is breaking the game good. Oh, the problems with this one is this item is stupidly expensive. Costs 8 gold for an epic. This one also costs 7 gold, so it's 15 gold to craft a really good sword that... We go back to the list. Looking at the sword. It's here. It's on the list. Bam. It's a godly item, and it just becomes way better if you feed it regen. By itself, it's not good, but we're building around it. We're going to make it work. Problem now is that I'm going to be drinking massive amounts of stamina, so this sword is out, and it sells for 4 gold. We want to craft this as early as possible. This stone. Stone is out. In theory, you can do golem things. In practice, it's not going to happen. Other things. I definitely need the star. I could get rid of Poison Dagger, but it does damage. I can get rid of Blind. Could get rid of this just because I don't have space. I really want to get rid of another 3 gold to make space. Alright, so figuring out which things are most important to me gonna be a little bit tricky. Oh, unidentified amulets are stupidly strong too. Well, they can be. This is a gamble. If it's on sale, then yeah, definitely take it. I really, really want this bag. To get that bag, I could just sell 3 flames, but that's giving up 15 max HP and 6% speed up to all my items, which is painful. But I can get more back. These could just go inside of things. So now I'm only missing 1 space. Okay, wait. Wait. That's workable. Oh, but positioning on so many of these is going to be a hassle. We are not making the flame whip. Definitely not. Here, I'm just going to lock all the flames so that doesn't get screwed up because I'm going to be moving things around. The real thing is buying this bag would be huge. I could sell 2 blind. I could just sell the dagger. The dagger is so good this turn. If I want a chance to win, it's mainly with the dagger. But the dagger doesn't do anything in the future, or it does very little compared to what this sword is going to be doing. I'm going to get rid of it. Say that it's too slow. Oh. I should have maybe seen what this amulet was. I don't know. Tough call there. So I do want to go full speed ahead with that sword. And we still want to get this working. I don't have anything else. I mean, I could speed this up, but it's not that important. We don't need that much cleanse. I might, but I don't think I do. Blueberry does not do anything. Blind. Red. Alright, So what I'm figuring out is that I can pull these back out. Blueberry. And that's it. So this should be a pretty good turn. Which is surprising because the combination turn is like the hardest turn of the game for this build. And very late game. So the reason I'm reserving this is because I'm already strong starting next round. So maybe this is something amazing that I can build around. Luckily, they're doing double pan. Double pan is going to do a lot of damage, but I have enough armor, and they're going to run out of stamina. Oh, no, they're not. They have 3 bananas. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. They just did stupid amounts of damage. That's kind of wild. So they're making Pandemonium, which I don't have on my list, but Pandemonium is strong. God, this thing is doing 17 to 18 damage. Why? Just because it's touching so many foods. No, because it has a purple crystal and it's touching so many foods. Still. Do not underestimate Pan. I don't like Pan because it's kind of a dead end, but maybe I should value it more early. Also, okay, maybe that's the thing to value. Amulet of Darkness. With the food amulet, what is your cooldown? 2.67, 2.1. This item, I do think, is ridiculously strong, especially early game. So strong, because that uses 0 stamina. It's basically like having a little weapon. Still, 74 damage from the pan. I only did 88. Thorn Whip did 7. All Thorn Whip did, which is what makes the combination turn rough, all it does is drain a little bit of your stamina and then honk. And that's it. And I guess it gave me 1 spike. It was just a rough round, but still I'm surprised that they did as well as they did. What do you got? Oh no, that's one of the worst amulets. I mean, it's really good if you happen to be doing... Reset all of this. Amulet. If you're doing potion things, then it's really good. This one is generally junk. It can work for a couple builds, but it's like break even for do you even want to use up the space for it. This one is another one where 3 random buffs, and that's basically it. I mean, it's really good if you have a ton of potions. The rest of these, this one is good, especially early. This one is good late game. This one is good early and late game. This one is amazing if you're doing a food build, you basically need it. This one breaks the game, but you have to build around it. This one is amazing early. So it's basically only 2 of them are misses. And this one can be a miss. It just depends if your build can actually use it. Same with this, but this one's usually good enough that even if I'm not doing a food build, I'll still keep it and use it a little bit. Things to note. This is kind of worthless. This would be a really expensive defensive item, and this would work for friendly fire, which comes next round. Except we're not doing friendly fire. Why not? Items. Reset. The reason we're not doing friendly fire is class item, Pyro. Burning Banner gives regen, and we want regen for this sword. So I no longer need this orb, which means I don't need that blueberry either. And I don't need this. Chester. Chester just takes up too much space and doesn't do enough. That one. This one. So this would be a really cool shop. What round is this? Round 7. Our chance of seeing a godly is 5%, and there's 2 godlies in here. Either of these, and there's a dark. All 3 of these are viable options. Well, really, it would be these 2 or this one. Those are almost worth considering, but I've already got this, and I've already got some regen for it, and I've got a way to crit. This acorn collar does not work well with this one. It does work well with this one. I don't really need the acorn collar right now, but it's worth getting. The real question is, what do I sell to get it? And I think the answer is 3 random buffs. Whenever you can, in this game, I would try to build around a single weapon. It's a lot easier to do. If you build around multiple weapons, you can do it, but it becomes way more complicated. Let's roll. That one. So the cat. The cat is weird. At the end of the game, you do want crit hit resist, because if you can screw up crits, it gives you a ton of defense. Sales are amazing. Sales are super, super powerful. And I happen to have an item that I want to speed up, and I'm probably going to be getting more uniques. This one I could make into a godly too. I don't know if I want to do that. So this one is godly. This one is godly. This one is godly. It might be too early for the cat. It's also just hard to get it to have 41 gold worth of items touching it. That basically means 7 gold on each side for each of these stars. It's easier because this is a 15 gold item, but still difficult. I'm going to say no cat. And start the battle. I like this space. Protective purse. Big fan. I would love to see a draconic. So now I'm out of stamina. I should look for solutions to my stamina problem. Luckily, even without stamina, when I do hit, I hit hard. Round 1, 16.2 damage per second against 9.7. So my damage per second did improve when I switched to this. Ah, if only this was on sale. That would have been amazing. It is a holy item, it's really good. So this just got me so much regen. Time dilator is weird. Your and your opponent's weapons attack 30% slower. Every 1 second, your item with the highest cooldown triggers 6% faster. This one is kind of amazing, kind of terrible. It's kind of terrible because suddenly you don't want to have anything in with a cooldown that, like, this is going to get wasted on. So I don't want to have a blueberry with that. I don't even really want the leaf, but the leaf is okay. I don't really want this, but it's a 2.2. So it causes a 30% slowdown to both me and my opponent's weapon, but I only care about me mostly. I mostly care about me, because I know what I'm working on. I don't know what the opponent's doing. I don't want to slow down my weapon. I'm working hard to speed it up. It does also give 10% speed up because it's a unique. It's tricky. And I would want it to go right here so that it lights up a star for this while still getting sped up itself. I think I'm going to take it, but it's weird. It's very, very strange. No blueberry. So this is good to speed up, this is not good to speed up, and it's going to get a wasted trigger probably. It is. Oh well. I still have 2 space. Start the battle. Oh, wait. Should I put this over here? The reason to do that, I mean, I should at least... Oh, but I want this to touch the armor. I'm trying to get this into a speed up bag. I think the answer is no. Kind of want to speed this up. again, this is going to eat a few of these triggers, which makes it painful. Am I willing to do that for 2 regen? I am. We're going to pay attention to what this hits. So, time dilator. Bam, it hit this. Bam, it hit this, so I also don't want it hitting the coal. But it's wasted for the first 4 activations. 5 activations. Okay, now it should stop hitting those, and now it's hitting things I care about. This one. That one gives me regen, which is amazing. And it cleanses their buffs, which is also amazing. Is that what it does? Yeah, removes buffs from your opponent. It doesn't hurt too much that I'm slowing this down just because I don't have the stamina for it anyways. So that's the downside to this, and it's not that bad of a downside. The other downside is just that it complicates the board. Ruby Claw. So overall, we're just hitting this Burning Banner over and over again. Burning Banner is down to a 1.83. You are a 1.86, so it will start to hit this armor now. And all that does is cleanse debuffs, which, useful, but not that useful. I have to be careful, though, because if I crafted this into burning armor, then it would become a 3-second cooldown, and it would eat through all of my heat to heal, but it's healing that I can't use, which is why, like, False Life becomes strong, because then I could make use of the healing, at least. Not what I meant to hit. Do we want to look at the damage? 16.7. So I would actually expect my damage to go down a little, except for we have stamina problems, so it's probably about the same. 10.3. I do have to find solutions to the stamina problems. Namely, this one uses 1.4 stamina per second, and I only generate 1, and we only have a buffer of 5. This is one of the solutions. Now I have a buffer of 6. Buffer of 6 is significantly more than 5. Gems. Not on sale. I did say this can synergize with a lot of things. There's a slight consideration for Holy Armor. If I get 2 of these, it's a lot of wasted space. But right now, I'm not really using this. Not really using this. I don't care about this red. If I got this, then what? Then we would have so much regen, I don't even know what to do with it all. Which means what? I don't know, it's just good. That is what this character wants. But it's full price. I think the fact that it's full price means don't do it. If it was on sale, I definitely would. I can sell enough to get it. I just don't know if it's that important to me. What is important? Speed bags. I don't know. Go find out. Draconic Orb is important. This will be one that eats the cooldown, but that's kind of nice because it'll eat this item's cooldown. It's nice if they have spikes. So, I want this, I want this, I want this. Crown. Crown would be a way to use mana, but I don't really want to keep the mana. So we're going to sell this, we're going to sell this, we're going to sell... What else? Do I care more about getting crits and eating spikes, or do I care more about stamina? Mostly stamina. So we went from 5 to 7. I still need like a banana would be good, or something. Anything to reduce the amount of stamina that I'm using. I also want to speed this thing up. Speeding this thing up is a thing that I can do. Should be a thing that I can do. Anything that I speed up means that we don't have to waste procs of time dilator speeding it up. So, like, this is really good, except that's not going to hit this in the way that it wants. What is it that you get for stars? Star item activates, 80% chance to blind. That is kind of good. Alright, let's reposition. Do I have to worry about this thing's crit? So, like, the only thing is it could hit this red gem. Very small chance that it matters, but it could matter. Because of time dilator, I care about speeding up items that aren't as important to me more than I normally would care. So, like, I care about removing this slightly more. When I could just put it in the bag. But it's a 5-second cooldown, so it would just bounce between these two. It's still gonna do that. Oh well. This is a holy item. It handles debuffs, but we already handle debuffs using what? Cleanse poison. Something cleanses, doesn't it? Burning banner. I thought something cleansed. I don't know. I just don't value that potion much. Start the battle. It is an item that's holy and that doesn't have a cooldown, which is nice for time dilator. This, if they can give damage to this sword, it's really strong. But it takes them time to give that damage. So while they're doing that, I'm converting regen into lots of damage. Damage per second, very high. Damage per second, 3.7. They do hit twice, but still, it's weird. Not that good. And they can crit, in theory. 26.7. What changed between this round and last? Mainly just the stamina bags. 2 stamina bags almost doubled my damage per second. So yeah, stamina's important. False life. Oh, false life is a weird one. So, false life means that I could craft this. It would mean less starting regen. So in theory, you want to do this one plus the regular armor. That way you could get regen and you can turn fire items into holy. The main thing is, this armor, the problem with it is you're turning heat into nothing if you're at max health. But with false life, that's not true. With this item, none of your healing ever gets wasted. The other one is girl power. Girl power is good because it gives you regen or empower. Both of those are good. It's always false life. It's always, always, always false life. It's almost always false life. This is another speed up. Weird. This gives accuracy and it gives heat. I think all 3 of these are worth considering. This one's the hardest to use well. But it would be cool on time dilator. Ooh, it would. It really would. I'm thinking about making the flame armor. Oil lamp. One of the problems with oil lamp is oil lamp does not play super nice with time dilator. Kind of the same with this. And I have to think about positioning for the oil lamp. So oil lamp would like to be sped up if it could. I don't know. I'm not going to think about it too much. And I'm mainly getting the... It's weird to get this for accuracy because I already have leaf badge. I mean, it also gives damage and it gives 2 heat. All 3 of the things that it does are useful. They're all just like kind of medium tier usefulness. This weapon is really strong. This one would be off the charts, kind of. I mean, its base stats aren't good, but if you build around it completely, it can become very strong. Out of stamina because they have a shield, and the shield has a huge chance to block. You do have to think about shields a little bit, but I don't build around them too much. Maybe I should. Probably should. We're crafting the holy armor into fire armor. The rough thing about this is once I do it, now I really have to think about positioning of all my flame stuff. Okay, interesting shop. So, I've already got something going that is like, it has late game potential. We have synergies for it. It's just strong. With that noted, it's also worth noting that the highest thing on this entire chart is Prismatic Sword down here. Prismatic Sword does 14 to 20 damage, and it has all kinds of synergies. It does 17 damage per unit of stamina, where Bloodthorn, the weapon that we're currently using, has 3.8. This is like the worst of the godlies, kind of. Not really though, because we have the synergies, but this is the best. So it's almost worth pivoting. Almost. This is also just kind of decent because it can give start of battle vampire, and it can give increased healing. It's stupidly expensive. This one gives crit chance. And if we have a pig, it doesn't take up space. I don't have a pig. If you get 2 of them, it doesn't take up space. There's so much to think about. Alright, this one can go over here. This one gets to go... I mean, it doesn't really matter because this becomes a flame item. Doesn't it? Or is it the other way around? It's the other way around. So now my starting regen just got reduced. But look at this thing go. I don't want to think about the positioning for this thing. So this thing wants to come down here now. I really don't want to do it. Alright, what are we figuring out? Ideally, this would go... So this wants to touch lots of flame items because it gives me starting heat, and starting heat is amazing. Flame or holy items. It basically wants to have full stars, which means I am going to have to move it. I'm probably going to have to pause the video, think about positioning. I have to decide if I care about this. I think this is too expensive. I don't know about the clover. Clover's nice because it gives 7% crit chance right at the start of the battle, and it gives 5% accuracy right at the start of battle. It is nice. I think I am going to buy this, and then I'm going to roll. This is one of the things that I want. Earlier we saw that fatigue stone. This could be a consideration. This one, Shield of Valor. Items gain armor, deal damage. Gain 12 armor, deal 4 damage, and it prevents... The important thing is, the base shield does not work on range damage. This one does work on range damage. Oh, the shield is stupidly strong. It is. And it's really cheap compared to this one. If we go to items, if we reset it all, and just go to shield. This one costs 18 gold. And it doesn't do like all that much craziness. It can do some mana things, and it can do like heavy defense builds. But this one only costs 14 gold. 18, 14. And this does most of what that other one does, and it can do some damage things. It's just way cheaper. 4 whole gold. And it's easy to get the flames. It's hard to get the mana orb. But it's not on sale. I'm gonna say no, but it was a maybe. Ooh. We have stamina problems. When we have stamina problems, this is a solution. The problem is, it's a solution that takes up a lot of space. It does incentivize buying this. So this takes up a lot of space because if you're going to get 1 potion, you really want 3. Or at least 2. But 3 potions becomes amazing. Why is it amazing? It's amazing because they double drink each other. And if you double drink, they just... Like, the first potion has 1 potion's value. The second potion has 2 potions' value, so 2 of them counts as 3. If you get 3 of them, it counts as 5. Effectively. Basically. I want to slide this over. but I don't want to figure it out. Let's figure it. It's a lot easier to figure out if I just buy this bag. And I wanted the bag anyways. Stamina would be nice. So now this is a godly, this is unique, this is unique, this is unique. This cat is looking really good. And this is holy, which means it synergizes with this. Just looking really good. I should move this bag. I might. This is holy. But this wants to go right there. That wants to go right there. So we have full stars on this. We have a lot of stars on this. This one wants to see false life. Crap, I had that wrong last turn. Can anybody else crit? If I had that fire shield, which we skipped, that could crit. The big thing is, I could have more than 5 flames in this bag. Huh. Like, even this could be used. It's also good, now that I think about it. Whenever items activate, so this only activates once. If I move this over here, this activates multiple times. Small thing does kind of matter. Holy items become fire, so that matters. Hey, we're up to... oh no, the other way around. Fire items become holy. But I can switch this with this, and now we're up to 6 stars in this bag. And I've got this, which I can move around. I've got my whole next turn already reserved. We only get 14 gold. I've got 16 reserved. Huh. Start the battle. And I'm going to sell... am I going to sell 2 sand? I don't know. It's weird because I get blind from this. Blind can screw up an opponent. So this, unhealing, is scary. Unhealing is very scary. For the most part, unhealing does not care about stamina, because they're mainly only using this one weapon, and weapons are what drink stamina. They get healing, so they don't have to worry about HP. The main thing they would like is false life. They're speeding this up. This is a strong item. It's kind of hard to make, though. Oh, I can't hit alt on that. So, their damage is higher than mine, for one. But we said that I would also count healing as damage. So, their damage is way higher than it appears. They're like off the charts. 40.7. And they actually had overheal, which is where false life would come in, because they have 15.7 more overheal. So if you factor in all of that, damage dealt, this is actually like 100 damage per second build against my 26 damage per second. They're doing crazy damage. That is rough. Qbert! Qbert is a way to get regen and empower, and we don't want it. Ever. Almost. Qbert is if you're really good at the game and you want to figure it out. I don't want to figure it out. This is not a holy item, right? Sand is here. I'm actually going to take sand. Weird. Start the battle. That wasn't the best turn. There is a pineapple there, but that's not really worth considering. This doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look great for me either, though. 2 stabs. They're going to get crits. This thing, when it does damage, I don't really have anti-poison. I kind of do. I have cleanse. I do have cleanse. Right. Time dilator is going off on false life. Time dilator is going to become worse and worse, kind of. But I have stamina problems, so that's fine. But as I get more and more items that have cooldowns, time dilator is going to be distributed amongst all of them. Huh. Another thing with a cooldown, but this is a short enough cooldown, it doesn't really matter. It only costs 5 gold. It does debuffs. Normally, I don't want to do debuffs unless I'm a debuff heavy build. But with sun armor, That's less true, because I have built-in cleansing. The problem with doing debuffs is the opponent can throw them back at you. It is worth considering these two. That can make a bag for me. I have lots of uniques, so it would be easy to activate the bag. Bags are good. Do I have the space for it? So I kind of want all 4 of these. I value this speed bag a ton. I value the cat, but the cat is going to be hard to position. Cat is going to be very difficult to position. It would be easy right there. I could do that. Otherwise, it's going to be really difficult. I'm just going to do that. This wants to come wherever it needs to go. Which would be a lot easier if I bought this bag. I do want this, I think, but I also want more space. So, that'll get me more space, and its economy. I really wanted to figure this out. Is there a way to get this hitting that with this still hitting the sword? Because I would like this to be double sped up. There is a way, I'm just trying to think what it is. I think it would be rotate this. There we go. I like this turn. Missing 1 flame from this bag. Could go get it. I have enough things with the slow cooldown that I don't think it really matters. This will go off before this one's cooldown is reduced. There are dark synergies to think about with the dark armor and this one a little bit. This is not a dark item. Start the battle. I feel like most of this won't apply to playing at the gold level though, because this is overthinking things. God, that's a rough build. So I'm coming up against a few, like, this is not something that you're going to see at the gold level. This is beyond my level, and I'm at, like, medium, high diamond, low master. This is a lot of armor, a lot of poison. It's easy to counter it. All I need is green gems in here. But I didn't take green gems. Green gems are a heavy investment. I'm just not doing enough damage. They're doing insane damage, but it's all poison. I'm actually close to not getting to 10 wins at this point. 2 more losses and I'm out. I have to think about where to put this. So we have the star. Wait, was the star in the right place? I'm not sure if the star was in the right place. Huh. Yellow. Yellow is weird because I do have stamina problems a lot of the time. I would basically never take Phoenix. Some exceptions to that. This armor on sale, if I can fit it, it's so good. I can already see 4 space up here. We've got 2 space open here. It does feel like I could fit it. It's better than sand. It's a weird item. The positioning is going to be a total hassle. I mean, it's definitely worth more than the regen, because it would just give regen. But the regen is still good. Just trying to decide if I want it more than sand or if I want it more than regen. And I have to figure out the space. You want 6 space. I could just, I'm just going to reserve it, even though I think it's strong, and we'll get it next turn, mostly because I'm being lazy and I don't want to think about it. This is weird. So they have 3 really strong items. Oh, they have present. Rapier is strong. This is strong. I don't know what they're doing with unhealing. I mean, it just does massive damage. Uses massive mana. I don't know if they have massive mana. Heal amplification. This is weird because their board is all over the place. Bob's backpack. This uses no stamina. It does huge damage. This uses stamina. This uses stamina. This makes stamina costs more expensive. I don't know if I beat this. They do have accuracy problems, but this solves accuracy problems. They have this, which eats luck, but it also gives a whole bunch of buffs. They have Toad, but it's not seeing the sword. And it's not seeing the staff. I think they could be way stronger if they set up this Toad correctly, for one. Uniquely Unique is not set up to see this. This thing. That's a tricky board. I don't know if I would put Oil Lamp onto this sword. God, and they've got 2 puzzle bags of energy. They should be destroying me. They might. The 2 puzzle bags of energy alone, with this sword and with this mana staff, I would be working on getting both of those on both those weapons. Because with those 2, they end up with tons of luck and tons of mana. Yeah, this is just going to destroy me. This one's expensive but good. This one could be good. Mostly unnecessary. This is a tough round. Mainly, I have to make decisions about space. Because I don't have enough space for all of the things. I mean, it's easy to put the gems inside of other things. That does free up a good amount of space. This one would like to go right here, I think. This one can go right here. I could make 2 sun armors. That would be weird. Feels unnecessary. I like having the 1. So this is 8 starting regen, which is massive. Oh. Wait a second. Red Orchid Collar. Steal life for each luck and gain crit hit chance for Vamp. That's actually amazing. I need to fit these. Uniquely Unique. This bag is going to be a pain. I could say forget this 1 heat. Put both of these in, because stamina is pretty important to me. The regen is less important, because we just got lots of regen. The sand might be more important than the heat. I'm not sure. This Unique is weird. But that would take away one of these stars. I could do this instead if I don't care about 5 HP. The 5 HP has less and less value as time goes on. I would really like to reduce the amount of stamina that I'm using, but I do have 2 stamina potions. Space would be huge. I wonder if... No, I would still want to find collars. I was going to say, I wonder if I should take this out before I roll. But more collars would be good. This is good. This is decent. I don't know if decent's good enough. I don't think it is. So, would I get rid of the regen? Probably. The reason I would get rid of the regen is... Flame has value. So now I can go move these back and put this back up here. There's almost no way that I get to eat through all of the regen that I have. What about gloves? Gloves are hard to fit, but I could make Vamp gloves. I don't need them. We're already speeding up this sword enough. I already have stamina problems. Just don't need them. Alright. Buy the stone. Start the battle. Maybe I should have considered that potion more. Especially, I could have made it the upgraded potion. I would mainly want it to drink the stamina potions. God, I go through stamina really quick. What are they doing? Defense and dragons. They don't look scary. They're just not doing much damage, and I'm going to be lifestealing a lot. Stamina's still a problem. So yeah, that potion to drink an extra stamina potion would have been a good use of my space. I am not handling stamina well at all. They don't even have a shield. God, they're doing like nothing, but it's enough to destroy me. That was the end. Defeat. 72 diamond. It's a hard game. I didn't even reach 10. So yeah, just a hard video game sometimes. Could I have played that better? Yeah. For one, I don't think Bloodthorn is the best route. I think that's the overall main thing, is this item, if I'm going to build it, I really have to plan for stamina. So I have to go like Wolpertinger. I have to at least have a banana when I'm going heat. Because this thing's using 2.3 stamina per second. I only generate 1 per second. That's it. End of the day. So if I had 2 bananas, they would be doing more for me than like anything else. I could have 1 banana right here. The bananas would be sped up by 42%. This armor's nice, but it's just a buffer. Like, that just buys you another 2 seconds or whatever. 46.1 damage per second. This is 65 armor. And it does some cleansing, it does some regen things. So it does other things, but really it's just adding 2 seconds to the timer. For 6 space, which is a lot of space to pay. We did similar damage per second, but that's pretty sad when you think about it, considering their only weapon is a serpent staff, and they're not really building around it. I guess these two are weapons. Yeah, I didn't think of them as weapons. They have 16 in power. Wild. Where are they getting all their empower from? They're getting their empower. Is that what these do? I don't even know where they're getting it. Empower. From the Cat Spirit Companion, from Mana Orb, from Sapphire Whelp. Oh, random buff. Got it. Prismatic Orb makes sense. Offering Bolt, right? That gives 1 right at the start. Sapphire Whelp. So the cat... Oh! Use mana to gain luck and empower. Didn't know that. Oh. And then this is giving luck, which is weird. Weird, weird, weird. Is this a food? Heal for 10 and gain 2 buffs of the type which you have the most of. Why is that lighting up a star on this? This is a food. Oh, lantern berry. There is so much in this game. I still don't know most of the mage things, most of the adventurer things, and a lot of the things that aren't even for those two. And I've been playing this for like almost 1,000 hours total. And that was just trying to look at one aspect of the game. The damage per second and the stamina per second. I guess more than one aspect, but whatever. Just looking at a very basic thing. Except that wasn't what most of the run was actually about. This is a stamina solution. There are stamina solutions. Type in stamina. Which of these are stamina solutions? Potentially this can be. This one is one of the best ones because there's no real downsides except that it costs 5 gold. But it gives you space and it gives you stamina. It's amazing. This one, the problem is you have to build around it, and this wants you to be really thirsty. So you want to drink through lots of stamina to actually make use of this. And then once the potions are out, they're no good anymore. So it's a weird one because, like, you have to create the problem to actually make use of this. And then if like they had invulnerability, if they had a crown while you were using the stamina from this potion, then when the crown wears off, you're just out of stamina and that's it. You don't have any more potions. I don't like building around these. if I can help it. I do think this one's good. This one, when you drink stamina, you heal a bunch. These are a good way to handle stamina. Base stamina regen. So this brings us from 1 to 1.5, but it costs 16 gold. This brings us from 1 to 1.08. What other? Banana. Banana is... Where is banana? Right there. Every 5 seconds, regenerate 1 stamina. So this makes another 0.2 for 3 space. But you can speed it up. Unlike these, you cannot speed up. This one makes more stamina based on how much you use, so it's really good. There just aren't that many solutions. Wolper's one of them. Increase base stamina regen by 0.7 for each buff you have. So if you have 10 buffs, 7% increase. If you have 100 buffs, 70% increase. Which is almost doubling your stamina. Which is decent, but still not that much. Really good if it's like a heat build where you have lots of flame. I should build Wolper more. Wolper. Oh, and there are skills. Like this skill would have been really good. I actually passed on one of the skills. This one. But this is for Burning Blade, not for Bloodthorn. If you're Adventurer, this one is amazing. I think. Oh, this doesn't do anything with stamina. Wait, why did I think that Adventurer has some... Oh, it's this one. Dual wield. Reduces stamina cost. If you have 2 weapons... Other things to think about. This one is a way to reduce stamina. This one's a way to reduce stamina. This one can generate lots of stamina. Another reason I like it. I think that's most of the thing. Oh, this one. This one, I do like this more than banana. It's just a total hassle to position it well. It is really good. It's kind of RNG. But it's really good. This one can screw up opponents. I mostly only buy this if I have 3 space and if I see it on sale. And then I'll throw it in for a round. And then plan on selling it usually. When this first came out, this thing made so much stamina that you could do whatever you wanted with it. But then they increased the cooldown and they just made it way worse. What does this one do? Items use minus 10% stamina. Huh. I don't ever do that. I should. I mean, it's hard to see this, though. Alright. I don't know how helpful this video was. I think it was way too much rambling. Not enough, like, specifics on what I was trying to show. It would take so much work to try and make a good video where I actually do this well. But kind of fun. Give me feedback. Let me know. Give timestamps is like the most helpful thing. If you have like a specific thing that you're commenting about, if you give the timestamp, it helps me a ton. All right, that is gonna do it for this super long video. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.